Have you ever woken up in the morning, sat on the edge of your bed and wondered, is this what getting old is supposed to feel like? Maybe your body aches a little more than it used to. Maybe your days feel repetitive, or you sense that the world around you is moving faster while you're standing still. If you've ever felt like this, let me tell you, you are not alone. But here's the good news. Growing older doesn't have to mean feeling miserable. In fact, it can be one of the most fulfilling, peaceful, and joyful stages of your life, if you understand a few important things. Aging is a journey, and like any journey, it's easy to get lost without a clear map. The truth is, many people unknowingly make choices or hold on to beliefs that slowly rob them of their happiness. And before they know it, they find themselves feeling isolated, frustrated, or even resentful. But that doesn't have to be your story. Today we're going to talk about the things that make old age miserable, and how you can avoid them. Let's start with something many people don't realize. Your mindset shapes your reality. Have you ever noticed that some people seem to stay vibrant, curious, and engaged well into their 80s and 90s, while others start to feel old as soon as they hit retirement? The difference often comes down to how they think about aging. If you believe that getting older automatically means becoming weak, lonely, or irrelevant, your mind will start to reinforce those ideas. You'll withdraw from activities you once enjoyed. You'll hesitate to try new things. You'll see every wrinkle or gray hair as proof that your best years are behind you. But what if you started thinking differently? What if, instead of seeing age as a limitation, you saw it as a time of wisdom, freedom, and opportunity? What if, instead of saying, "I'm too old for this," you asked yourself, "Why not me? Why not now?" You don't need to climb mountains or run marathons to enjoy life. But you do need to keep your mind open to possibilities. Because the moment you stop believing that life has something new to offer you, that's the moment you truly start to feel old. Another thing that can make old age feel unbearable? Holding on to past regrets. Think about it. How often do you catch yourself looking back, replaying old mistakes, wishing you had done something differently? Maybe it's a career decision you regret. Maybe it's a broken relationship. Maybe it's something you said, or didn't say, to someone you love. Regret is a heavy burden to carry, and when you let it take up too much space in your mind, it steals the joy from the present moment. But here's the thing. The past cannot be changed no matter how much you think about it. What you can change is how you move forward. You don't have to let past mistakes define you. You don't have to spend your days wishing for a time machine. Instead, you can ask yourself, what can I do right now to bring more peace into my life? What can I focus on today that will make tomorrow better? Because the truth is, the past is gone and the future isn't promised. The only time you truly have is right now. And speaking of time, let's talk about one of the biggest mistakes people make as they grow older: neglecting their social connections. It's easy to fall into the habit of spending more and more time alone, especially if you've lost friends or family members over the years. But isolation is one of the fastest ways to turn old age into a lonely, depressing experience. We are social creatures by nature, and even if you enjoy solitude, having meaningful connections with others is essential for your mental and emotional well-being. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but making new friends at this age is hard. And I get it. It's not like when we were kids and could make friends just by sitting next to someone in school. But here's the truth. Meaningful relationships don't just happen. They require effort. And the best way to build or maintain them is to be intentional. Pick up the phone and call someone you haven't spoken to in a while. Join a local group, club, or even an online community where people share your interests. Be the person who reaches out. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And before you know it, you'll realize that you're not just filling your time, you're filling your life with connection, laughter, and purpose. Old age will be miserable if you spend it trapped in your own thoughts, weighed down by regrets, or isolated from the world around you. But the good news is, you have a choice. You can choose to shift your mindset, let go of what no longer serves you, and take small but meaningful steps toward a life that feels lighter, richer, and more fulfilling. Now, let's dive into something else that makes a huge difference in how we experience aging. Now, let's talk about something that's just as important as your mindset and social connections: your daily habits. The way you take care of your body and mind every single day determines how you experience old age. And unfortunately, many people fall into routines that slowly drain their energy, health, and happiness, without even realizing it. For example, let's talk about movement. One of the biggest misconceptions about aging is that as you get older, you need to slow down. People say, "Oh, I'm not as young as I used to be," and they start sitting more, resting more, avoiding activities they used to enjoy. And while it's true that your body changes with age, stopping movement is one of the worst things you can do. Your muscles, joints, and even your brain thrive on activity. When you stop using them, they weaken. And when they weaken, everything becomes harder: walking, standing up, even just getting out of bed in the morning. But here's the good news. You don't need to go to the gym or lift heavy weights to stay strong and mobile. All you need to do is keep moving. Simple activities like stretching in the morning, taking a short walk outside, or even doing gentle exercises while sitting in a chair can make a huge difference. The key is to do something every day. And don't wait until you feel stiff or tired. Start now and your body will thank you later. And while we're on the topic of movement, let's talk about another habit that can make or break your experience of old age: what you put into your body. You've probably heard the saying, "You are what you eat." And while that's true, I'd like to add something. You are what you absorb. See, as you get older, your body doesn't absorb nutrients the same way it used to. That means even if you're eating healthy foods, you might not be getting all the vitamins and minerals you need to keep your bones strong, your heart healthy, and your brain sharp. So what can you do? Focus on nutrient-dense foods. That means more vegetables, fruits, healthy fats, and high-quality proteins. But here's the secret. It's not just about what you add, it's about what you avoid. Processed foods, too much sugar, and unhealthy fats can speed up aging, make you feel sluggish, and increase your risk of disease. And if you're not sure where to start, just try this. Eat more foods that look like they came from nature and fewer foods that come from a package. Now, I want to talk about something that many people ignore, but it's one of the biggest reasons why old age can feel miserable: stress. We often think of stress as something that only affects younger people with jobs, kids, and responsibilities. But stress doesn't go away just because you get older. In fact, for many seniors, stress actually increases. Maybe you worry about your health. Maybe you feel anxious about money. Maybe you stress over things you can't control: your family, the world, the future. And here's the scary part. Chronic stress doesn't just make you feel bad emotionally, it actually harms your body. It raises your blood pressure, weakens your immune system, and even accelerates aging. But the good news is, you can control how you respond to stress. You might not be able to change everything that happens in life, but you can change how you react to it. One of the best ways to manage stress is to practice gratitude. It might sound simple, but science has proven that people who focus on what they're grateful for feel happier, healthier, and even live longer. Every morning before you get out of bed, try this. Think of 3 things you're grateful for. It could be as small as a good cup of coffee or as big as the love of your family. The more you do this, the more your brain will start focusing on the good in your life instead of the worries. Another way to reduce stress? Find a way to relax that works for you. Some people enjoy meditation or deep breathing. Others find peace in gardening, reading, or listening to music. The key is to do something every day that helps you feel calm and centered. Because when your mind is at peace, everything in life feels easier. And finally, let's talk about something that might be the most important factor of all when it comes to happiness in old age: having a sense of purpose. You see, a lot of people spend their whole lives working, raising families, and staying busy. And then one day they retire, their kids grow up, and suddenly they don't know what to do with themselves. They wake up every day without a clear reason to get out of bed. And that feeling can be devastating. But here's the truth: having a purpose is what keeps you alive. It doesn't matter how old you are, your life still has meaning and you still have something to offer the world. Maybe your purpose is to be a loving grandparent. Maybe it's to volunteer, teach, or share your wisdom with others. Maybe it's to learn something new, travel, or start a creative project. Whatever it is, find something that excites you. Because when you have a reason to wake up every morning, life becomes joyful again. Aging is inevitable, but suffering through it is not. You have the power to shape your experience of old age, through your mindset, your habits, and the choices you make every day. Now, let's talk about something that too many people ignore, but it has a huge impact on how you feel as you get older. There's something most people don't realize about aging until they experience it firsthand. The environment around you plays a huge role in your happiness. I'm not just talking about where you live, but who you surround yourself with, what kind of energy fills your space, and how your daily surroundings affect your mood. Let's start with something simple but powerful: your home. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt overwhelmed or drained? Maybe it's cluttered, maybe it's dimly lit, or maybe it just feels lifeless. Believe it or not, the spaces you spend most of your time in can either lift your spirit or pull you down. And as you get older, it's even more important to create an environment that brings you peace, comfort, and joy. Look around your home right now. Does it feel like a place where you can truly relax? Or is it full of things that no longer serve you? Old furniture you never use, piles of papers, clothes you haven't worn in years? Clearing out unnecessary clutter isn't just about tidying up, it's about creating space for a lighter, freer life. And it's not just about physical things. Sometimes our homes carry emotional weight, reminders of the past, memories of people we've lost, or even just a sense of loneliness. But here's the thing, your home should be a place that makes you feel good, not one that drags you down. Try this. Pick one small area, a drawer, a shelf, a closet, and clear it out. Get rid of anything that no longer adds value to your life. The more you let go, the more space you create, not just in your home but in your mind. And once you've done that, add something new that makes you happy. A bright lamp, a cozy chair, a framed photo that brings back good memories. Small changes like these can completely transform the way you feel every day. But here's something even more important than your physical space: the people you spend time with. Have you ever noticed that some people make you feel energized and happy, while others leave you feeling exhausted or stressed? As we age, our time becomes even more precious. And yet, so many people waste it on relationships that no longer bring them joy. Maybe it's an old friend who only calls to complain. Maybe it's a family member who constantly criticizes. Maybe it's a social group that no longer feels right for you. Listen, life is too short to surround yourself with negativity. If someone makes you feel drained, it's okay to set boundaries. It doesn't mean you have to cut people out completely, but you do have the right to choose how much energy you give to certain relationships. Instead, focus on spending time with people who uplift you, those who make you laugh, who support you, who bring light into your life. And if you feel like you don't have those people right now, don't be afraid to put yourself out there. You're never too old to make new friends. Join a club, take a class, volunteer, whatever interests you. The key is to stay connected. Because one of the biggest reasons people feel miserable in old age isn't physical health, it's loneliness. And the sad truth is, many people suffer in silence, feeling isolated, believing that it's just a part of getting older. But it doesn't have to be. Aging doesn't mean fading into the background. You still have so much life left to live, so many experiences to enjoy, so many connections to make. And the best part? When you surround yourself with positive people and create a space that brings you joy, you naturally start to feel younger, happier, and more alive. Now, before we wrap up, let's talk about one last thing, something that has the power to completely change the way you experience old age. And it all starts in your mind. And now, we've come to perhaps the most important factor in whether your old age will be miserable or meaningful: your mindset. You see, aging isn't just about the body. It's about the way you think, the way you see yourself, and the way you choose to experience the years ahead. Some people reach their 70s and feel like their best days are behind them. They dwell on regrets, focus on what they've lost, and let fear of the future keep them from truly living. But others? They embrace every single day with gratitude. They see aging as a gift, not a burden. And guess what? That mindset makes all the difference. Think about it. Have you ever met someone in their 80s or even 90s who is full of life, energy, and joy? They laugh often, they keep learning new things, they find reasons to wake up excited each morning. And then there are others, sometimes much younger, who seem weighed down, bitter, or stuck in the past. The difference between them isn't just physical health. It's perspective. So ask yourself, how do you think about aging? Do you see it as the beginning of the end or as a new chapter full of opportunities? If your mind is filled with thoughts like, "I'm too old for that," or "it's too late to change," it's time to let go of those limiting beliefs. Because here's the truth, you're not done yet. One of the most powerful things you can do for yourself at this stage of life is to stay curious. Keep learning, keep exploring, keep discovering. Read new books, try new hobbies, ask questions, challenge yourself. When you stop learning, you stop growing. And when you stop growing, life starts to feel small and stagnant. But if you stay engaged, stay interested, and stay open to new experiences, you'll be amazed at how much more fulfilling life can be, no matter your age. And let's talk about something else, something a lot of people struggle with: letting go of the past. Maybe there are regrets you carry, things you wish you had done differently, words left unsaid, opportunities missed, mistakes made. But holding on to those regrets only steals the happiness from your present. Whatever happened before, it's done. The only moment you have control over is this one. So instead of looking back with sadness, ask yourself, what can I do today to make the rest of my life as happy and meaningful as possible? Could be something small, calling an old friend, going for a walk in the sun, writing down a few things you're grateful for. Or it could be something big, starting that passion project you've been putting off, traveling somewhere new, making peace with someone from your past. Whatever it is, just take one step. Because every single day is an opportunity to create joy, no matter how old you are. And finally, let's talk about the one thing that truly keeps life worth living: purpose. One of the biggest reasons old age becomes miserable for so many people is that they feel like they no longer have a purpose. Maybe they've retired, their children have moved on, and they don't know what to do with themselves anymore. But here's the thing, your purpose doesn't end just because you're older. You still have so much to offer. Whether it's sharing your wisdom, mentoring someone younger, volunteering, creating something meaningful, or simply spreading kindness wherever you go, your presence in this world still matters. If you ever feel lost or like life has slowed down too much, ask yourself, what can I give? How can I contribute? Who can I help today? Because the secret to feeling truly alive isn't just taking, it's giving. So, if you take one thing from this video, let it be this. Your old age will be as joyful, fulfilling, and meaningful as you decide to make it. Choose to surround yourself with people who lift you up. Choose to create an environment that makes you feel good. Choose to let go of negativity, stay curious, and keep learning. Choose to wake up every day and find a reason to smile. Because at the end of the day, happiness isn't something that just happens. It's something you create. And you? You still have time to make this chapter of your life the best one yet. If this message resonated with you, leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear this today. Here's to living a life full of joy, at any age.